I would like sleep in the closet while like I would just like put, like some pillows down the closet at the Airbnb.
Okay, I'm Arman,
I'm Ayush.
and we're here with Reid. What are you building?
I'm building Linkt AI, an AI deployment company.
Can you tell us more about it, I guess?
Sure. So basically the thesis is that AI is super powerful, but there's kind of this AI overhang problem where mid-market and enterprise companies are struggling to actually get it into production and see an ROI on those deployments. So we partner with these companies, find really high ROI use cases, and then work with those teams to actually get it out to their employees, make sure it's being used, and make sure we're not just dumping tokens on them, but they're actually seeing, either a cost reduction or like a growth in business from the use case.
How long has it been since you guys started? How did you guys start off? I know there's two of you, right? You and
Yeah, Jack. So Jack and I co-founded Linkt in 2023, right after graduating from college. But we're actually a team of 10 now, and it's just been all engineer hiring. So we're really big into the whole forward deployed engineer wave. We think there's like lots of learnings and infrastructure we can pull back from our time like working with these companies. But then everyone is going to want kind of this custom software layer and custom workflows because every company is different, has different advantages. So that's kind of been our thesis, and main reason for growth is we're actually willing to rapidly deploy custom software for companies.
what is the thing that makes you guys really fast and your reach, I guess?
So fast and then reach like our go-to-market.
Yep.
So the first thing is I do think we're really good at hiring good people. Like everyone is super AI native, has like 7 coding agents going at once. And both Jack and I have just kind of really refined that skill of hiring, both really talented AI engineers and then also just like really good people. And that's interesting with FDEs as well, is they kind of have to be like multi-talented and both like a great engineer, but then they also have to be like able to go talk to like the end client, which has like 10 people staring at them in a Zoom call. And they gotta like walk that tightrope of like technical expertise mixed with like understanding real business problems. So that's the speed thing. I think has been hiring really well, figuring out our own internal workflows and like what are repeated patterns. Go to market stuff, it's been really natural. Lots of like warm referrals. And then we also do build like go to market agents and tooling. And have been using that to like kind of accelerate our own growth. So that's like kind of like connecting dots between connections you have, maybe like RFPs out on the market, different like signals for people to reach out to.
And do you think like decentralized AI, having an office here, being around in like the Austin tech space has helped with that? Oh
yeah. Crew AI, who I know you were interviewing earlier, Dakota, is great. The Manifold team, they're giving us like cheap access to compute. So a lot of our end clients need like GPU access, and having the Manifold team in office with us. And if we have any like problems or custom needs, we can just walk, to the door over, has been super cool. And there's other similar companies that work out of here, and it's just really inspiring to, work next to people who are doing similar goals and working really hard.
When you started off, did you start off in Austin? And why'd you pick Austin, I guess?
Yeah, so I graduated from Ohio State, just kind of loaded up my car and drove 20 hours down south. I chose Austin. I wanted a tech city. I wanted a city like on the rise. Like I get kind of inspired by like that growth story of Austin. I've definitely seen it change like over the past 2.5 years. And I think that's going to continue to accelerate with, all the stuff Elon is doing with TerraFab and SpaceX IPO. So I think Austin, there's like this really cool growth story. Great weather, no state income tax, and then really great people. Like people I just get along with really well.
So why Austin and not like SF?
I mean, there's some things in there that SF doesn't have. Like, I think, the culture is a little different. Not to say that one is better than the other, but like I felt most in line with the culture in Austin. Linkt is fully bootstrapped, and purposely so. And so, with that perspective, like Austin makes more sense, being that if I were going to go try and raise a big round, maybe I would be in SF. But if I know I'm down to do the bootstrap path, I'm getting the no state income route. And also engineers here are, I would say, less expensive than San Francisco, and probably a little more loyal. Like I don't have to fight off every hot YC company, every batch. But I mean, there's pros and cons of both for sure.
Did you already have like a baseline or like something starting when you came to Austin, or did you start it when you came here?
I mean, we were working on something different. We were working on a edtech app called Skillflow. The pitch was like Duolingo for anything. So like that kind of fun, gamified, addicted learning path. But like you just type in the topic you want to learn about.
And it makes kind of a game roadmap for you?
Yeah, it makes a roadmap and lessons. And, I mean, we grew that to maybe like 1,000 users and maybe like 5 to 10 paying users, but it wasn't going to pay the bills. But what we did learn is like we were like the first people experimenting with the GPT 3.5 API. Like no one's an expert on this right now. So like we're about as like experienced as it gets with this stuff. So people were starting to reach out to us, like understand what, like how we're using it. And then we just kind of connected dots, like we should be helping people apply this to their cash flow in businesses, rather than kind of like, I think the ed tech space is really like fun, and it's kind of a classic, college student, problem space, but, kind of pivoting into Linkt just helped us like understand how many more problems are out there, and like higher dollar value problems are out there.
What do you think the most unique problem that you've solved has been, if you can tell us?
Yeah, so we do a lot of work with a company that does photo real estate editing. So traditionally there's this team of hundreds of employees in Adobe doing like this photo editing workshop or workflow. And I think basically like shifting that team from full manual workflows to then like AI augmented workflows. So we basically train like a photo model to augment a lot of like the grunt work that they were doing. So like both training that model and then like helping that company like push it out to those hundreds of employees. And then now like on the back end of it, they're like turning into, a team of data labelers who then help to continue to optimize that model. So just like, just kind of back to my point of like it being, very technical, but then also like understanding, how businesses operate and like adapting to individual companies has been kind of the most interesting part.
Okay. So you went through your journey, and now where you're at, what was the hardest point? What was the biggest, like the sink point, right? The trenches.
Man. I mean, when I first moved here, we were still working on Skillflow. I was just I was just hopping around in Airbnbs, living off my credit card. Jack, who was still in Boston, would come visit me, but I was just like an Airbnb, so I was just like, I would like sleep in the closet while like I'll just like put, like some pillows down the closet at the Airbnb, and it was like a communal Airbnb, so there's like other random people kind of milling around.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is rough.
Dakota told us when he first came in, he like lived in his car for a couple days.
Yeah, it's kind of similarly. So I was hopping on Airbnbs, and then half my stuff would be like kind of in my car. Then I remember this is the lowest point, is my parents came to visit me, and my mom saw like all my stuff like kind of hanging out in my car, and like she just looked so concerned, like did not, like I was totally lying to her like on our phone calls, so like everything's great, and it was just like still pretty rough, but yeah, it was interesting, but definitely like those hand to the fire moments is like what got us to the other side. Like we're still grinding and it's still, stressful, but past those moments. Yeah.
What would you say like your day-to-day looks like? Like, are you building, talking with clients? I know you're likely doing both, but
yeah, doing both. Lots of project management, lots of communicating with clients, sales. We are hiring for our first sales role right now, which I'm super excited for, because just all that burden has fallen on myself and Jack. So like hiring for a role, it varies so much. I kind of get into different like stages. I'm redoing our landing page. I'm writing up case studies for projects we've done in the past. So yeah, tons of different stuff.
How many clients do you normally have, like, at a given time?
Like a dozen.
Dozen?
Yeah. I think that's about what we're at right now. We do, so that's kind of like our active, like, FDE managed side. We have about a dozen. We do have like a research agent platform for sales and go-to-market teams. For like sales and go-to-market teams to kind of that workflow I was describing of like monitoring the web and tracking different RFP signals. We have probably like 25 to 30 companies on that platform, and that's kind of fully hands-off. Yeah.
As a founder, a lot of founders kind of want to micromanage everything, and you talked a lot about hiring all these 10 engineers who you turned into FDEs, and then now salespeople. How do you delegate?
Yeah, it's very easy to micromanage, and to some extent, I think like early days you have to.
Yep.
Like you have to get the quality to where it needs to be, but yeah, longer term it's not sustainable. So I think kind of the difference of thinking is like shifting into like systems thinking. So it's like, how can I create this environment or like game that incentivizes the right kind of work being done? A very early version of that, we're not doing this anymore, but it was just like a token dashboard. This was just like, as I'm sure you guys have seen, like Meta rolled this out and pulled it back. I think Anthropic did the same. But like, that's not the end version, but like thinking those kind of systems, like what should we be optimizing for early on? If your company is doing like zero Claude Code or like coding agents, that might be still a decent thing to roll out right now. Like you need to incentivize that. But I think more so just like thinking like, what kind of micro games can we create within the org? Can we make it like competitive in some way? And yeah, just kind of like building the right environment rather than doing everything and like micromanaging, because that burns you out and also just like burns your employees out and no one wants to work for you.
How do you keep up the culture? It could be anything. Free beer on Friday, anything, right? Anything.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it starts with hiring the right people, like people who are a cultural fit, like get the mission, gel well with the team. And then naturally we're just like all like we're in our 20s, we're all grinders, and it's just very easy to get along with those type folks, like I'm sure you guys know. we did a dinner at Matzo Rancho. When was that? Thursday night. You know, got some margaritas flowing. That's always good.
So are you guys all in office?
We're a mixture. I'm definitely pushing for in office. That's another, I think, key thing. Like
Everyone being there.
Everyone being there, it just makes it so much more enjoyable too.
Definitely makes a difference, yeah.
Yeah, so pushing for that. I think all of our future hires will kind of be
In person.
mandated in person. Yeah.
Do you see yourself like staying in this office, trying to get like another place, or?
For the time being, I think we'll want our own spot at some point. And that's probably another thing with culture is like, as much as I love it, you do have lots of different stuff kind of seeping in. So, you know, I know there's a 4th and 5th floor here, and I'm actually I'm talking with the folks who lease that out. So, fingers crossed. Hopefully, we'll have our own spot.
And then, like, let's say, where do you see yourself in like the next 6 months? What's the roadmap for that?
Yeah. I mean, big focus right now is bringing on the sales rep, so I want to set him or her up for success. So kind of back to like the systems thinking, like thinking of the right incentives, the right strategy, and on the strategy note, not like micromanaging the strategy, but like I have my ideas. What are your ideas? So getting that in place. We're hiring for more engineers. And then, just continuing to go hard at the mid-market and enterprise sales motion, finding more great partners.
Is the end goal like an exit, or do you see yourself like doing this for like a longer time?
My end goal that I always tell people is like a Palantir.
Like a Palantir?
A Palantir. Maybe like not so much the government monitoring focus per se, but I think that like kind of like system where you have pre-built software, you have ways to like understand how companies operate, and then you can like rapidly deploy FDEs and custom software to build like super unique solutions. I think is what Palantir did really well, and I think kind of the whole tech market is kind of trying to figure that out for themselves.
What is that one domain you're targeting? Because Palantir is more like defense tech, government tech, right? What's your domain?
Yeah, well, they actually, they work with, I think 50% of their business is not commercial. So it's more like having systems in place to work with enterprises, like to actually touch their data and their governance, and then deploy like domain specific AI solutions. So like sales and go-to-market is obviously a specialty we have. So we have a lot of infra built around research agents. I think legal and compliance is growing a lot. Just like contract, NDA, automation, stuff like that. But I think it's going to be ever changing as like the models improve, and varies with like kind of the companies you work with. But I think like the domain expertise is kind of, you want to get that from the company. Like they know their systems and how their companies operate, and we almost just want to be like this way to imbue that knowledge into the agents and do it in like a super safe and secure way that doesn't just break their systems.
I get you.
And then last question, do you have like a message to like put out there, or like any advice?
For early founders, bootstrap
the
founders,
audience, us.
Yeah.
You can take your time. We'll just have this rolling.
You'll cut it down by long wait. Okay. So one quick note on advice. I generally don't love advice because I feel like everyone's journey is so different, and like my experience is gonna be different from like what you guys go through.
What's one thing we can extract from your experience?
One thing you could extract, I would say, is like if you just keep going, it's hard to lose. Like if you just like really want it.
Newton's first law.
Newton's first law. Yeah. So, like if you have that like fire in you and really want to do it, like just like feel the fire, put your hand to the flame, go all in, and yeah, keep going, and it'll eventually work itself out.
You heard it from the first time. Put your hand in the flame, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a good ending.
That's a pretty good ending. I'll keep that quote.